Hello and welcome to Win with Affiliate Marketing. So why should this channel be at the forefront of your marketing strategy? So my name is Martin Corcoran. I'm the CEO, first time I said that, and owner of Summit. And we're absolutely delighted to have you on this webinar. I think you're going to learn a lot of really great things. Okay, so just a small bit of housekeeping before we get into the detail of it. There is a Q&A button at the bottom of the webinar settings. So if you want to feed through your Q&As, your questions, we'll be able to put that to our panelists at the end of the session. We are also video recording the session. So if any of your friends, colleagues, peers miss the session, they can watch it back at their own leisure in some time in the future. And then also just a little detail around hello@summitmedia.com. So if you have any further questions or anything you want to follow up on, that email address takes you straight into our marketing team. So hello@summitmedia.com, and we'll be able to respond to any questions. Okay, fantastic. So today's agenda, I'm going to do a really quick and brief introduction on Summit. So I won't spend long. It's two slides, 2 minutes, but I want to set the scene in terms of why affiliate marketing is so important to Summit. Then we're going to invite Amy Hadley from Awin, how the affiliate channel is helping businesses grow. Then we're going to invite Imi Hussain, head of affiliates at Summit, in terms of the Summit experience within the channel. Very lucky to have Ian Davidson join us for some Q&A and a bit of a fireside chat. Ian works for 3Mobile. And then we're going to have a panelist Q&A at the end. So we really do want your questions, your thoughts, your feedback. Put it to the experts and see what they've got to say at the end, and I'll be chairing that. Okay. So in terms of introducing Summit, who are we? Well, Summit are change makers in performance marketing, and we specialize in retail. We make it more likely that customers buy from our clients than anyone else, and we do that across 5 very specific performance marketing channels. They are paid social, display, paid search, organic search, and of course the affiliate marketing channel. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So our people, our technology, and 20 years experience in the industry, we've only recently just celebrated our 21st birthday, make this possible. And in the last 3 years, we've driven over 3 billion of online sales for our clients. And a couple of important badges and recognitions at the bottom. So we're a Google Premier Partner. We're also certified to work with Impact within the affiliate channel, Commission Junction, and today, most importantly, Awin. And we're really keen to hear their thoughts and experiences on how the channel is growing and strategically just why it's so important. Okay, so with Summit, we work with 28 of the top 500 UK retail brands, according to the latest Retail X report in 2022. And we're working with them across a variety of performance channels. And affiliate marketing is becoming absolutely essential within that channel mix. It's always been essential. It's always been a low risk channel. It's always been a high performance, high sales channel, but it's becoming even more important in the channel mix. And we wanted to deep dive the channel and share some information, some tips, some experiences, and help all of our audience, and I believe there are more than 100 on today, in terms of how they can maximize that channel. So we've got Imi Hussain who'll be joining us, who's head of affiliates at Summit. We've got Ian Davidson, who is the affiliate manager at 3Mobile. And we have Amy Hadley, who is senior account director at Awin. So we have an absolutely fantastic list of speakers and panelists. And I know they're really excited to hear your thoughts and questions. So please do use that Q&A function. Okay. So before we get going, we just want to run a very short poll. We want to test the pulse of our audience, and we want to run a really short poll in terms of, is affiliate marketing part of your marketing strategy? So there should be a poll, which you're seeing soon, you're seeing now. Here it comes. Yes, and we do it well. Yes, but we need some support. No, how can you help us? So we'll just give a brief period for people to get their answers in. Oh, at the moment, I don't know if everyone can see the live screen, but it's a pretty even split at the moment in terms of response rates. So I think we'll end the poll in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so answers are in. 23% of our audience, yes, and we do it well. 41% of the audience, yes, but we need some support. And 36% of the audience, no, how can you help us? Okay, right. So we will move. I'm going to share that result and we will move on. And I am very pleased to invite Amy Hadley to come and share her experiences and her thoughts on behalf of AWIN. Amy, hi there, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
No problem, over to you.
Lovely, thank you. So yeah, my name's Amy. I'm Senior Account Director from AWIN. I'm very excited to be part of today's webinar. So we can jump right in. And yeah, I just want to spend a bit of time today speaking about affiliates and AWIN and how the affiliate channel is really helping businesses to grow. And just to move on, I thought it would be worth me just giving you a little bit of insight into AWIN. So for those of you who aren't familiar with us or what we do, here's a little bit of insight. So we are the biggest global affiliate marketing network. We connect brands with customers across over 1 million websites, if you take all of our global network into account. And we were born in 2000, so similar sort of date to Summit. So we've been going around for a similar amount of time. And we're currently active in over 180 markets globally with over 225,000 active publishers driving sales for our brands. And across the network, in terms of ROI, we see an average across the globe of 19 euros returned for every €1 invested. So I think everyone will agree a nice, safe channel, performance-based and low risk, which is great. I suppose in terms of kind of our DNA as a company, over the years, we have acquired a few different affiliate marketing technologies and platforms, but most recently in March last year, SingleView. So for those of you who don't know what SingleView is or what they do, as part of AWIN, they provide a standalone non-biased multi-touch attribution technology, and this is a really nice way for us to empower our advertisers and agency partners to understand true value beyond the last click and work smartly to invest, I guess, kind of across affiliates, but also seeing how affiliates interplays with other channels and how we can smartly invest and always think about value and the bigger holistic picture. So that's a little bit of a whistle-stop tour on AWIN. Moving on, I just wanted to kind of give you a bit of an idea of our client portfolio. So our 3 core sectors are retail, telco, and travel. We provide varying service levels and technology packages to make affiliate marketing accessible to any sized online business. And we're incredibly proud to support some of the UK's largest brands displayed here with their affiliate activity and overall channel strategy. Lovely. So I wanted to spend some time, sorry, Martin, next slide, please. I wanted to spend some time today shining a light on AWIN's retail sector data more specifically. So any online marketer will be familiar with the scale at which the pandemic accelerated growth online. I think we all have witnessed that. But yeah, this trend was definitely seen across the affiliate channel and the way in which it's been utilised by many online retailers since early 2022. So really great to have some time today to just speak to you about that and hopefully showcase the size of the opportunity if you're not fully maximising the affiliate channel currently. So in terms of data, I wanted to share some AWIN data. So here's a macro view of AWIN tracked retail sales volumes from 2019 to date. We can see that the pandemic fueled huge online growth, plus 70% up versus the pre-pandemic baseline. So a huge amount of growth. And to give some revenue context behind that, in Q4 alone 2021, so our kind of peak period for the retail sector on the network, we tracked over £20 million in revenue for our retailers on the network last year. So just to kind of give you a bit of revenue context to those lines, the blue line here does represent 2022 to date. And unsurprisingly, we are seeing an average decline so far of 7% when we compare performance year on year to the same period last year. And this, of course, is closely connected to COVID restrictions being fully lifted, and that demand that we've seen kind of explode in 2020 kind of tail off slightly, but still incredibly, large volumes of sales going through the network and the channel for this sector. So just to move on to a slightly more in-depth view and to look at this decline that we're seeing year to date in a little more detail, we do also believe that the increasing costs of living are partially to blame for this slowed retail growth. So here's a view of the increasing average order value, so the amount that we see a consumer put into their basket at the checkout. Essentially, the key statistics to highlight here are an 8% increase in retail AOV so far versus 2021, and we do think this is a result of retailers simply having to increase product prices to absorb additional or counter the additional costs that they're incurring, whether that's based on kind of delivery challenges or stock issues, as well as the general increasing cost for making things. And most notably, the electrical sector appears to have increased on average as much as 11% year on year. So quite substantial when you consider the price of things going up. And essentially, this breakdown here just gives you a view of some of the subsectors within the wider retail space that we operate across in AWIN. And I think, we probably all have a nice read of kind of wider macro trends and what's going on out there and kind of wider economic landscape. But it's really nice for us to kind of use the data that we do have on the network and see how what we're seeing stacks up against that. So hopefully an interesting bit of analysis there, and we like to kind of look at this regularly and provide this insight to our clients. Thank you. And this quote, just wanted to share with you. So this quote was taken from last year's Adobe Retail Trends Report. So 57% of retailers claimed that they had unusual freedom to be more innovative in their marketing strategies and approaches to new customer acquisition in 2020. So again, just going back to that point around, of course, what a phenomenal period we've actually seen in the retail sector online off the back of the pandemic and the need to shop online, essentially. But yeah, we've certainly seen this notion reflected across our client set and therefore the affiliate industry, as brands kind of focus on innovation and new customer acquisition in new ways and have, larger amounts of spend than ever before. So really, really nice time to kind of reflect on what it is that is making the strategic decisions and what I guess essentially what a recipe for success looks like when this spend is going in to the channel. So that leads me on nicely to my next slide, where I just thought I'd take a bit of time to spend looking at or showcasing, I suppose, what we consider a best-in-class affiliate channel strategy to be made of. So we find that the most successful affiliate programs place focus on these key areas. So harnessing data. Data, of course, is a really, really important point for all of the online channels, but affiliates particularly, I guess, if you consider that we track every online transaction made with an affiliate link in real time, our recommendation is always that our advertisers pass back as much information with that transaction as possible. So whilst we love to receive details around, of course, kind of product type and things like that, so we understand what somebody's buying and at which price point as a standard in our tracking, we also would love to always have insight around the delivery and payment methods that those consumers are using, so that we can get a bit of a profile of the typical customer we see shopping via the channel for our brands, and also drilling down on a per partner level to ensure that we can actually work out where we're most profitable across the channel and therefore drive value and reward and commission accordingly on where we see the highest price points and value. So moving on to brand partnerships. So this is a phrase that I think any of you within the affiliate channel already will hopefully be familiar with or will hear us talking more and more about. But essentially, brand partnerships is a huge focus for us at AWIN currently, has been for about the last 6 to 12 months. But essentially, the affiliate channel is a brilliant place for you to lean and work with other brands. So essentially on our network, we like to introduce brands to each other. I spoke about how vast our global network is, so there's a lot of opportunity for that intro. And we find affinities with non-competing brands to boost audience engagement. And I think the key point to really highlight here is that the affiliate channel lends itself incredibly well to those bigger brand partnerships because we're tracking those sales in real time and we're essentially making these brand partnerships measurable, and you can see the return on those in real time. So a little bit more on that later, I'm sure, but that's my point around brand partnerships for now. And then supplier funding. So this is a really nice thing that we've seen quite a bit of uptake in, particularly in the retail sector, actually, over the last 12 months or so. So when we refer to supply funding, we're talking about the strategic injection of additional spend into the channel. So this might be a good example I have, actually, it's a case study that's live on AWIN, is Currys, for example, having a load of different suppliers they work with, one of them being Oculus, wanting to promote a VR headset, which is way beyond my technical understanding, but very cool, I'm sure. But essentially, they wanted to really PR this new VR headset, and they provided Currys with specific budget for the affiliate channel to promote their product. So we refer to that as supply funding. Really nice way of essentially adding a revenue stream, and also for our affiliate teams brand side to get that additional spend and work on some really cool branded campaigns too. And then finally, the big thing, and I'm sure this will be spoken about today in more detail also, is technology partners. So technology partners is something I think we've probably been speaking about in the industry for around 2 years now, but I think over the last kind of 12 months, we've seen such a huge influx in technology partners. And I think the way we would kind of describe technology partners and essentially set them aside from the rest of our publishers or affiliates is that they provide a kind of really innovative technology to our clients, whether it be to support with kind of product bundling or kind of site abandonment, those kind of things. There's a technology partner for every potential website need or customer journey enhancement. So it's great to kind of see the emergence of many technology partners within the channel working on our typical affiliate model in terms of commercials as well. So really nice. And if I just move on to my next slide to talk about that level of innovation within the channel. Our technology partners are all easily integrated within the AWIN master tag, which essentially means for our clients, when they want to utilize one of our technology partners and really, take advantage of the innovation that they can support with on their websites, it is a really quick plug and play setup because of the AWIN master tag and the way that we have integrated with these partners. And here's just a quote from one of our clients at Samsung, from a recent AWIN podcast that he spoke on, essentially just highlighting how great that can be in an industry. I suppose actually just for huge corporations where we all know that dev timelines are huge and the affiliate channel maybe doesn't always take priority. So actually, I think this is a really nice example of the way that the affiliate channel kind of has begun spanning other parts of businesses, and we can help with wider business needs too. And just my final slide is a quick mention of the AWIN report. So for those of you who don't know, we release a report every year. This year's report, so kind of hot off the press, was only released last month, so you're in quickly. And it's an industry first, so we did it slightly differently this year, and we've referred to it as our Power 100. So just kind of connecting on with that idea about innovation and new partners and emerging technologies we're seeing. This Power 100 is a collation of some of the most exciting partnerships on our global platform. And essentially it's designed to inspire, inform and challenge perceptions of affiliate and partner marketing. So hopefully we think this will serve the purpose of providing the perfect guide to amplify activity for existing advertisers in the space, or really showcase to anyone just starting out in affiliates how cool the channel is and how much you can do. And we will follow up with a link for any listeners who want to download the report following this webinar. And that is me, and I will pass back to Martin.
Fantastic, thanks Amy. And yeah, I had a look at the Power 100 report last week. It's really, really interesting. I'd encourage anyone who's in the space to have a read through, and I'd be really surprised if you don't come with get 10 new ideas in terms of how you can drive performance and partnership from the report. So it's really, really valuable. Okay, thanks Amy. Right, I am very pleased to welcome the Imi Hussain, who's head of affiliates at Summit. Hi Imi.
Hello.
Over to you.
Thank you. Yes, so my name's Imi and I head up everything at affiliate related at Summit. And I just want to talk today about our experiences in the affiliate channel, and then also highlight some really great successes with a couple of our clients, and then end with some recommendations to run a best-in-class affiliate program. So in terms of experience, we've seen over the last few years that affiliate marketing generates between 5 and 50% of all online marketing revenue. And with this in mind, we've seen that the planning, the strategy, the budgets have all come after PPC, SEO and paid social was taken into account, leaving the affiliate channel very much an afterthought. An affiliate program cannot just be switched on and left to run. It's quite a labor-intensive activity. And we've noticed this when we've done our recent audits, and we've seen some very simple mistakes being made. Links not working, poor customer experience, incorrect logos. So we've identified some quick wins and implemented some really good growth opportunities. And within Summit, it's the affiliate channel is actually growing. So it used to be a very small part of our business. However, through referrals, supporting some of our close networks, we've started to really grow that. And just recently, we've had a new client that wanted to start affiliate marketing from scratch. So we're really excited to be able to show them the full potential of what the affiliate channel can do. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of case studies from 2 of our new clients, and these clients also work using the Awin network, but it's been phenomenal performance in the last 6 months. So year to date with this client, so it's a well-known UK retailer, a mature account, and they've got stores throughout the UK. And they've experienced year to date a 540% increase in traffic. And honestly, I've double checked this, over 1,000% increase in revenue year to date, year on year. And we've done all this by remaining within cost of sale and also no voucher code use. And it's just good old fashioned hard working on the account. The next case study is for a B2B brand, which is notoriously harder to work with in the affiliate space. It was again a mature account. And in the last six months, we've recruited 24 good quality partners. Traffic's increased, revenues increased by 93%. And at the same time, we've made some significant savings for the client by implementing a new and fair validation process, which I think is very important for any accounts that you're running. So the animations seem to be a bit messed up, but it's okay. You can put them all on, Martin. So our experience and what's changed in the affiliate space. So I'm going to start with the traditional affiliates. So they're very much still alive and well and performing even better than they usually do. So Quick Code, Top Cashback, the comparison sites like Uswitch, voucher code sites, some really big brands there, and they're all still doing phenomenally well. What we've seen new in this space is technology affiliates starting to really creep up into the top 10, top 5 in terms of performance. Honey and Pouch with their browser extensions. It's been phenomenal. And just recently as well, Go Certify, with their ability to be able to validate closed kind of user groups like the NHS, for example, and reward the right people with the right promotions. And finally, Intently. So we've formerly SmartClick, we've worked with these guys for a long time, and it started with intelligent pop-ups, and now it's moved on to machine learning to help increase basket value. So, I mean, technology has been absolutely phenomenal at this moment in time, and I can only see it getting bigger. The latest trend we've also seen in the last year is buy now, pay later affiliates. So the likes of Klarna, ClearPay, people, I know there's some new legislation kicking in shortly, so definitely watch this space, but they've definitely made an impact, as well as CSS affiliates. And I'm really happy to see content affiliates are starting to be really strong within all our affiliate programs. So it's a clear demonstration that the affiliate channel is just not the bottom of the funnel. It starts right at the top as well with awareness, and affiliates or partners like Money Saving Expert and Tech Radar really helped push this further. So our recommendations, what do we see as the winning formula for an affiliate program? So the first thing I always say to all the team and everybody else is get your BAU, your best practice in first. Make sure you do the basics and do them well. Some examples of that include, sorry, I'm just going to get my list because it's been quite a bit of time since I've done BAU. So network checks. So I know this is a simple thing, but just checking on your network, making sure it's tracking properly. Do that on your daily checks, and check all your links are working as expected, your correct messaging, correct pricing, ensure your validations are up to date and on time. Always make sure your affiliates are paid on time. Do your approvals, make sure you've got everything shipshape, and then at the same time, when you secure coverage, make sure it's live, check on it, make sure it's the right messaging. And again, we're dealing with actual people as well. So when you're securing coverage, there's nothing really automated. Somebody still has to press a button and get that live. So it's always good to check. So a multi-channel planning and measurement. So we've got the pleasure with some of our clients to be working on all channels. So that really helps when it comes to developing a strategy, allocating budget, and also when it comes to reporting as well, so we can get the whole picture and tell that to the client. And we always try and ensure that the affiliate channel complements all other activity at the same time. Affiliate marketing. So we're using sometimes thousands of different affiliates, and it's really important that you have the correct messaging out there to protect your brands that you're promoting. They should always have the right messaging, definitely the right pricing, logos, and make sure the customer journey is flawless, because you want them to stay a loyal customer. So brand protection also falls into the recruitment side of things as well. So like I said earlier on, there's thousands of affiliates out there, but at Summit, we try and go with quality over quantity. So we pick the right affiliate partner mix, and we also ensure we try and recruit affiliates from all areas of the marketing funnel as well. So whether that's awareness and consideration stage, all the way to the end where it's the cashback, voucher codes, etc., etc. And I always try and keep the numbers smaller as well, because you can effectively communicate with your affiliates then and make sure they've got all the right messaging, and you can actually explore easily coverage opportunities. I also recommend that you, at the budgeting stage of things, that you put a pot aside for test and learning. It's really important to be able to test new affiliate opportunities. There's so many out there. At Summit, we always test new newsletters, competitions, social posts, and then we gather all this information together in a performance library, so we can actually go back on this information and pick the right promotional activities to do at key areas for our clients. The final and most important recommendation from myself is to have great and strong relationships with your partners and affiliate networks that you work with. You can get a wealth of information from these guys in terms of competitor performance information. You can see what kind of gaps you've got in your affiliate program. They can really help with boosting performance on your affiliate programs, and it's always great to have strong connections with the affiliates. You also find as well, when you've got strong relationships with affiliates and networks as well, is when you message or email someone, you get a response a lot faster than normal. And also you can get discounts on coverage and little things like that. So it's always really important to maintain strong relationships with everyone you work with in the affiliate space. I think that is everything from me, Martin.
It is. Imi, thank you very much. I learned something as usual. Got a few questions of my own that I'll be asking you at the end, or maybe when it's just you and me. So thank you. So we wanted to do just another really quick poll. So we wanted to try and understand within our audience, what's the biggest challenge within affiliate marketing? So for you, is it knowing where to start, keeping up to date with the admin, growing a mature account, controlling your budget, or recruiting the right partners? So if you could help us and give us your opinion, you know, this data is really, really important for us in helping understand how we can improve in the channel and help our partners. So we'll just give everyone a few more seconds to make sure they get their answer in. We're at 58% participated. If we can, 67%. Last 5 seconds. If you've not answered, get your answer in. Great. I think we will end the poll there. So knowing where to start is 26%. Keeping up to date with the admin is 13%. Growing a mature account is 26%. Controlling your budget is 17%. And recruiting the right partners is 17%. So in reality, it seems knowing where to start and growing a mature account are the areas where you are struggling the most and you need the most support. Okay. So we are very lucky, if I can move on, to invite Ian Davidson from 3Mobile to the floor. Hi, Ian. How are you doing?
Very good, Martin. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Excellent. We've had a few questions come in already, and I've got a few pre-prepared for you.
Oh dear.
Good. So do you want to just give everyone a couple of minutes in terms of your background, experiences, and a bit of an overview? That'd be really helpful.
Of course. Well, first of all, thank you everyone for joining the webinar. So as Martin said, I'm Ian. I'm the affiliates manager at 3. I've been here for appropriately 3 years. So it's kind of been my role to use my previous experience at comparison sites and at some previous agencies to kind of grow 3's affiliate program. So what we've seen kind of in the last couple of years, increased competition in that price comparison space. People are really looking forward to getting value for money. It's kind of been my responsibility to kind of lead with that. In recent years, we've now been launching home broadband, which is a really exciting project for us, using our 5G network, which according to kind of the spectrums we have, allows us to have the fastest 5G network in the UK. We're a little bit behind on the rollout in comparison to some of our friends at EE and whatnot, but if you are in a 3-5G area, absolutely give it a go. It's an amazing tool.
Awesome, fantastic. So I thought, Ian, and this is, we've got some questions coming in from our audience, but I'll start with one that I've pre-prepared. Why have affiliates become so important to 3 in the telco industry in general?
So over the last couple of years, telco has truly become an essential utility. If you think of it in comparison to gas and electricity, like you need gas and electricity to kind of power your house and make sure you're able to cook food and whatnot. And telco is kind of not too dissimilar from that. You need, particularly if you use lockdown example where many of us working from home, you need to have internet in your home, and it better be good. Similarly, mobile phones are mini computers in your pocket. You can now use them to take photos. People don't have digital cameras anymore in the same kind of way they used to. I remember being at university and there'd always be someone for digital camera. Like, you don't need that anymore. You have a mobile phone. Similarly, if you don't need maps because you have a map app on your phone, and it is something now that's become completely essential. And kind of as it becomes more essential, you end up requiring to use more data. And so like you end up getting into this really competitive space where do I need more data and at what price? So the comparison sites in particular, as well as kind of cashback sites, making sure you get good value for your money as well, have been kind of highly important. And it kind of unlocks you a whole new area of customer. If someone goes directly to your website, whether it be Three or Vodafone or O2, and this is someone who already kind of has good brand loyalty to you, whereas if someone is utilizing a comparison site or something along those lines, they're also trying to get the best value for money. So it's a way how you can kind of show your value there, and you can use data to see that they are different types of customers. It's quite interesting.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, a very comprehensive answer. Thank you. And you know, you are a very experienced and recognized industry leader. So I was keen to ask, you know, after many years working in affiliates, what's your biggest learning, right? Because a lot of the people we've seen on the audience are starting out, and they probably find it quite intimidating. How do I start? So what's your biggest learning in terms of, you know, your 15 to 20 years? Don't want to insult you with your age there, Ian, of experience.
It's certainly not that long, Martin. I think you're assuming the grey hair makes me older than I am. But no, I think the important thing is do not underestimate how important your relationships are with your partners. You'll find that the affiliate industry, people grow quite quickly in it, but they also then move on to kind of other businesses. And a really important thing is to kind of expand your network, because you don't know when you'll one day need somebody. So you might speak to someone at a conference, or they approach you on LinkedIn, and at the moment you aren't able to work with them, but they might change role, or you might change role, or you might both change roles, and before you know it, you both need each other, and having that kind of relationship is really, really important. Similarly, if there's things that you just need to get done quickly and efficiently, it's a lot easier if you know kind of the more senior people at businesses you work with. You can speak with them and kind of get things done. It opens up doors to new partnerships. It's really really important.
Okay, people haven't come to hear me speak, but I think there is interesting, because every time I speak to Imi and our team, and we speak and different clients, you know, what really shines through in the affiliate channel is there is a need for a deeper relationship between the brands, the agencies, and the advertising partners, you know, in terms of being able to do things quickly. And it slightly, at a certain point, seems it's got modern technology and you know, automation, all those things, but there's an old school relationship values to the medium as well, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you were to say that maybe in other industries, if you had a partnership with another business, it would be one-on-one. But it's so much more than that now when you get into kind of affiliate marketing, because even just between the two brands, whether that be the brand and the affiliate, ultimately you'll have the relationship managers, but you'll need to have some sort of financial arrangements. So you'll have finance teams, then you'll have marketing teams. If you are having certain types of copy, you'll have to get legal involved. So you kind of have that just between the two brands, but then in the intermediaries, you'll have the affiliate networks and agencies. So now you could end up having kind of 3 or 4 different companies involved in that. If you wanted to add in a gift card, you could be reaching out to a gift card partner as well. And before you know it, you've now got 5 people involved in one promotion. So yeah, it's the kind of people skills and interpersonal skills are really, really important in this industry.
Right, fantastic. So there's a question in from James. So what's the best development of technology in the channel that you've been able to win with?
Hi, James. It's a really, really good question. I think it is the case of probably being able to have some sorts of multi-touch views. So being able to understand kind of how multiple partners or even multiple marketing channels have been involved in the sale. So I think Amy was alluding to it earlier. Single view is kind of one of the kind of people who do this in the industry. We actually get a view of it with our own Adobe tracking. But what it means is that we can go, okay, well, potentially partners have spent, or customers, sorry, have spent a lot of time looking at a content site, but then they've eventually closed somewhere else. Maybe they've gone through a cashback site or something along those lines. And it can help you kind of see the value of those content sites. So whilst you might not have last click sales being applied there, you might go, actually, they are very valuable to what we do. So you might invest maybe tenancy or some sort of bonuses based on kind of the impressions that you get from those sites. as opposed to kind of a traditional last click CPA.
Okay, fantastic. And then another question from Gemma. So in terms of 3 Mobile, what's coming up in the future for you? Where are you putting your big bets?
Hi, Gemma. That's a really, really good question. So if you think about 3, 3 is a mature network. Like, it's by no means is the largest mobile network, but effectively we're kind of getting to a capacity, kind of the top levels of how many people could have mobile phones or SIMs. Like, the population growth isn't as massive as you think it is. So not everybody needs to have 2 phones, like some of us may do. So that's kind of got to the limit of kind of where 3 can grow. So like, it's a case of making sure that you're getting your fair share in terms of that space. But where we have a massive opportunity for growth is 5G broadband. So I'm actually doing this call off 5G broadband. It gets me up to gigabit speeds. So it's faster than anything I could have got in the area. And effectively, as our kind of 5G rollout continues and we can expand the amount of postcodes that we're able to sell home broadband in, we think it's going to be a really good opportunity for people. And there'll be certain areas of the country which could potentially be neglected by Openreach or Virgin Media or any of the kind of other providers of super fast broadband. But if you are in an area where there is a 5G mast, it might be a really good alternative for you. We can see with some of the data we get from our partner Awin in terms of market share, we've made some fairly strong strides already. And we don't even have a lot of the kind of key partners we'd like onboarded. So I think 5G broadband for us would be our kind of key area of growth moving forwards.
Fantastic. So Ian, you're going to join the group panel now, which would be, so if I could welcome Imi and Amy back. You could turn your cameras on and your potentially your microphones on. So thank you so much. I've got a couple of questions pre-canned here that I'll share with you, and then we'll go to the audience questions. So Amy, you talked around brand partnership opportunities. So can you just elaborate a bit more within that and maybe share 1 or 2 examples for everyone?
Yeah, sure. So I think brand partnerships maybe traditionally might be something that sits with a completely different team, brand side, something that's maybe always based even offline potentially and focused around kind of engagement rather than kind of hard kind of revenue driving KPIs. So I think brand partnerships, when we think about affiliates, are essentially an additional revenue stream within our, easily trackable, measurable kind of affiliate model. So yeah, I think brand partnerships, that's why I kind of mentioned it as an exciting part of the industry and something that we only see kind of increasing. And I think it links nicely to the idea that, brands have had to be more creative in recent years and have had the budgets to think outside the box and see if these things actually do work. But yeah, in terms of kind of how a brand partnership could operate, so there's a couple of different ways, but essentially it could be reciprocally to one another's audiences. So, trying to get in front of a customer demographic that will, I guess, identify with the brand message. It might be that 2 brands decide a collaboration would be nice based on kind of ethical business points or purely demographics, like students, for example, are a kind of hot, kind of demographic for a lot of brands in a certain time of year. So we can do kind of a reciprocal kind of deal there where they would promote to each other's audiences, or which is kind of quite interesting and maybe is more of an entry to the brand partnership space. We have seen some advertisers take on the role of affiliate almost. So actually create an account on Awin and cherry pick the brands on our network that they want to promote to their own audiences. And a good example of this would be Tastecard, who were quite, badly impacted by the pandemic. People weren't going for dinner and using their typical kind of money off deals. So they quickly kind of pivoted to the affiliate model and started to promote our other advertisers to their audience as more of an affiliate, which is nice. And most recently, we've seen quite an uptake from brands such as Look Fantastic, who've created their own reward portal, and that's purely powered by affiliate deals and tracking from the Awin network as well. So hopefully that gives a nice answer, and yeah, it's something to watch out for really. I think we'll see lots more collaboration in the channel.
Right, and it's always so exciting when you see 2 brands who you might not expect to collaborate and be friendly
Yeah,
start to work together on the same audiences.
yeah, that's the thing, trying to kind of think a bit outside the box as well. And I think obviously our challenge for a lot of the technology that we kind of talk about or innovation is making sure we don't tread on other teams' toes client side. So there will be a brand partnership team, and it's making sure that we do maybe go for those less obvious partnerships so that it complements what they're already doing across other channels and also offline probably. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And so just picking up on some of the poll answers there. So one for Imi around getting started in the affiliate channel. So I can imagine there are 99.9% of businesses out there that aren't as big as 3Mobile, okay, and they don't have the budget and the resources. And we know there are a lot of retailers and brands who, they've got marketing departments of 1, 2, 3 people doing a lot of things across a lot of channels. If they're not in affiliate marketing, right, and they don't have the same resources as a really big business, how do they get into affiliate marketing, and which partners do you recommend they start with?
So getting into the affiliate space, that's where people come to us and say, is there an opportunity there? So we'd explore the affiliate space to see. Usually we start with their competitors to see if they're doing it and how they're doing it, and we highlight that. And then we can see if it's actually a good thing for them. So we've just done that recently with a new client, and there's definitely a great opportunity in the affiliate space. And in terms of partners, it genuinely depends on what their service or products are. That does narrow down which affiliates you can actually recruit and work with. I would also start with using their own audience data as well to know their customers, and we can match that with the partner sites as well with their own demographics information and start recruiting that way.
Okay.
But the only last recommendation is when we do take on any kind of partners, I'd advise that they go throughout the customer funnel. So the marketing funnel, content, awareness, and then the purchasing part of the end, cashback, voucher codes, etc., etc.
And you talked briefly about content affiliates, and I certainly don't know half the things you know about affiliate marketing, but for my experiences have always been very kind of discount led and pricing led. Can you just give us just a brief 30 seconds on what a kind of content affiliate does and how that differs?
Yeah, I mean, a content, I mean, they can still advertise promotions and things like that, but they can help generate awareness for a brand or a product, and really talk in greater detail about what you're offering. And some content sites even compare you to your rival brands as well and give a fair and honest opinion about a product or service as well. So content, it's amazing, and it's also got SEO value there as well. So it's a great thing to do. Awin at the moment as well, they've got the assist function, so we can actually see a part that a content site's played as well. So historically, a content site used to bring a lot of traffic to your program, and then a cashback or voucher code site will take the credit at the end of it. Whereas and systems like Awin's helps you actually reward based on merit.
Okay, great. And then question just coming from Paul to Amy, and it kind of positions, how Awin are a media provider. How do they position themselves versus the other kind of platforms like Google and Facebook and the likes? And if you're a marketer, how should you be positioning Awin within that broader mega kind of advertising platform?
Yeah, that's a lovely question.
I've ad-libbed that, by the way.
No, I like it. Yeah, I think if we're kind of going big here, I guess, whilst Google's the face of paid search and Facebook's the face of the brand behind social media that people think of, we'd love to be the face of affiliate marketing, and I think as the largest global network we probably would claim that we are. So I think in terms of kind of being that brand, like, we absolutely position ourselves as kind of market leaders, and I think it's more kind of education about the channel, making sure that we're making it easy and accessible to as many online retailers and telco providers, travel brands as possible, And essentially, the scope and scale of the opportunity is huge. So I think, we'd love to be in that kind of arena with those big guys. I think when we looked back at the ad spend numbers that were released last year, so that would be reflective of 2020, which of course was the year of explosive growth. Actually, the ad spend report showed that affiliate marketing as an entity grew at the same pace as the big five tech giants. So Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. So, it's a huge opportunity. It's continuing to grow. We're waiting for the kind of final kind of view of the latest ad spend report, but it's a really exciting time for the industry. And if we can keep that pace, who's not to say that we can't be as big as them one day.
Okay, fantastic. And then I think we've probably got time for one more question. There's plenty that come in, but we'll go with this one from Keith. In terms of how can you be sure, and I know this is a tricky question because everyone often asks it, how can you be sure affiliate marketing truly unlocks incrementality? And because Ian and Amy are guests and Imi and I work together, I'm going to ask Imi to answer that one first.
So, I mean, this is a massive question, but if I'm going to start on just one area of it, so incrementality, I always say to people that the affiliate channel opens you up to a whole new audience, a massive number. So, for example, I don't know the exact figures. So Quidco, for example, their newsletter goes to over 3 million members. It's probably a lot higher than that now, but that is such a massive market to tap into. And there's thousands of partners out there to work with as well. So in terms of incrementality, I see that's where it is.
So customers that you wouldn't find in other advertising channels, really.
Yeah, and I would class myself as a savvy shopper. I shop around. I've got money to spend, but I like to spend as little as possible. I always go through the affiliate channel, and so yeah, that's just one example.
And Amy and Ian, any further comment on that in terms of making sure that it limits the risk and limits the duplication of a sale that might have happened and making sure it's incremental?
Yeah, totally. So I guess it completely agree with Imi's point around the fact that actually you need to think about the type of customer and the fact that, if you're not playing the full affiliate game and if you're not, doing those discounting activities, you'll never know if you would get that customer or not because they'll go with a competitor who is doing that game. So I think that's always our kind of argument generally. But in terms of kind of backing that up and providing tangible insights, because of course we need to prove it. This is why we do heavily suggest and want it to become kind of standard practice that our brands do pass back as much data as possible to us within custom parameters, and we refer to these insights as conversion analytics, which essentially is what that is, right? So understanding who the customer is and a lot of detail about them so that we can be sure that the value is there, and that we can weight our commissions and the way that we reward and invest towards the most profitable affiliates that drive the most profitable customers. And then, technology such as single view and, Ian's kind of internal reporting that he mentioned, and allow us to kind of make sure we're always on track with that. So we're never going to get 6 months down the line and think, hang on, was any of this activity incremental? So that's kind of how we control it and make sure we're always thinking about incrementality on our side as well.
Okay. And Ian, we're coming right to the end. Any thought? I guess you must get asked about it quite often, given the budget and the size and the scale within 3Mobile.
Yeah, it's something that is asked quite a lot, and kind of alluding to Amy's reporting, a kind of key one is we can look at customer credit profiles. So we are able to look at what's called mosaic profiling, and we can kind of see the demographics and different types of demographics of customers that who have a propensity to purchase through the affiliate channel. And what we can see is that it is quite a different type of customer who goes through an affiliate channel versus going direct. And actually what you would see in the affiliate channel is you actually have people who would be considered more educated, typically higher earners. So there's actually quite a big benefit for free there, which is you're getting someone that whilst they might be paying initially less, they are less likely to not pay their bills, and they're more likely to stick around as long as the offer continues to be good. So that's something that we can see in that kind of aspect there. And then in terms of what's kind of going on in the industry, a lot of the kind of regulation is kind of pushing people towards comparison sites. So in the same way in gas and electricity, a lot of people were told, right, go to comparison site quite regularly to make sure you're in the best deal. That kind of mentality is coming to telco as well. So by kind of entering in that space, you're opening yourself to a new market, which you might not have been in before. So those are ways that we have fairly high confidence levels that what we're doing is incremental.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to have to wrap it up there. Thank you so much, Ian, Amy, Imi. Really fantastic insights, fantastic thoughts. Any questions we haven't made it through today, we will come back to those who asked them and get that shared with a response. So that's kind of all from me. If you want to get in touch with Summit, it's hello@summitmedia.com, or you can also scan the QR code there to get invited to all our future kind of marketing webinars. Other than that, thank you so much. I hope everyone learned something new, and we'll see you next time.